Hello everyone, Mr. Storkin here. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Warriors 3. I lost my microphone there. It slipped. So I'm going to get locked in correctly. But welcome back to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Today we're taking a look at Dedue, the strong arm of the law. Dimitri's right-hand man. He is a personal favorite of mine. You can't go wrong with Dedue. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because we do this every day until we're done with all the characters, which there is a lot. Even though Rodriguez is dead, we'll have to cover him down the line, but we will cover him much later. So yeah, more on that when we get to it, but we're gonna continue on with Dedue. So yeah, how's everyone been doing today? I've been doing okay because I have been actually kind of awake. I woke up early this morning because I'm like, okay, microphone, stop doing that. My microphone has been evil these last couple of days whenever I move it. So I just need to tighten it down with a coin because, yeah, also the tape's coming off. If those don't know, I jury-rigged it, which is not a horrible way to do your microphone. It's just that my thing doesn't fit. So, yeah, sorry. I was also experimenting with those two units. Because I was like, cool, let's get to fighting.
His majesty.
Yeah, we are Dedue, because Dedue is an axe wielder. Also, he is what I use mainly as a support for Dimitri. So if you're wondering, like, why he's so weak in this, just because I use him mainly as support for Dimitri. Yeah, he's kind of like Hero in that regard, where it's like, it's a guaranteed, just like, great idea to combine the two. He is an axe wielder, so he's very much like Aelgar, but he does the shield blocking move, which is very handy, because you can just fire it at them and do some damage, which is great. As we hit the ground running, and then we hit you again. There we go. So yeah, Dedue is again Dimitri's like right-hand man. He is loyal to the Empire and knows that Dimitri will be the future king, and he is willing to help him out. He is so loyal. You can non-lock him in any of the air paths. Because he's so loyal to Dimitri. Even though Dimitri is one of the ones that kind of doesn't make a deal in a lot of the stories. In fact, which is odd, but because he's like single-handedly trying to go up against Aelgar, which is not horrible. That's kind of like what his character's journey is. But Dedue is loyal with him because he sees him as the future king. Again, he's like their Hubert or Hilda. Cannot be recruited in the air path. So, yeah. I like how it's called Returning Axe. That's a great ability name. I think it's great. So if you know the drill, we do around 10 minutes. I do try and find things between blocking, so we can just like find something else to do, so you're not like, oh boy, in between houses. So there will be a break between the blue lions. Sorry, I almost said black eagles. Blue lions and the ashen wolves. It'll be one, but then you're like, sorry. And then there will be a quick break between one day of rest between the ashen wolves and the staff, which I think is fine because it allows me to work on some stuff, and it also allows you to like take a quick break from it. And I was like, oh, I want to do some demo gameplays that day because I feel like it. I didn't do it for the break between golden deers and black eagles, which is my fault. I didn't really intentionally know if I wanted to do it yet. But with some time passing and just being like, oh, some more demos came out, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. This is almost as an excuse for saying, like, hey, I can't really cover those games right now because I have a lot of games I haven't played, which is a shame. And also there's a lot that I do want to play, mainly for walkthroughs and so forth. But March's going to be interesting. After we finish Pokemon, which we are close to finishing the main campaign, but we have to do the Legends. Pokemon will become like a daily routine too, which should be interesting. Instead of like every other day, which is what it is at the moment because we do hour parts. But then I will start doing a weekly walkthrough, which is going to be fun. I'm not going to tell you the game yet, but I do have to record the first part soon because it's going to be March, and I don't know when I'm going to upload it. Depends on what's going on with Scarlet and Violet. So yeah. I'm mainly looking I hope there's a Pokemon presentation. I know I'm probably saying this like before the part comes out, but I'm just like, based on what I've seen, this video will be out before that's even mentioned. I'd be curious if there's a Pokemon Presents, because I think it'd be cool. It is Pokemon Day, and I'd be surprised if they didn't reveal something at least in February about DLC for it. A lot of people say we're going to get Kalos. Kalos would be interesting, but I should save that for like a separate video where I can just be like, oh, I'm going to talk about the DLC. Anywho. I think it's more likely than Arceus, because I think Arceus was a small project that they were working on in between. I think if Arceus did get DLC, we wouldn't have seen Scarlet and Violet till this year. But anyway. Hello, Monk. I'll show you. I should be talking about Dedue, like how he's a really cool guy, because he really is. He is, again, he's kind of like Wrecker, actually. From the Bad Batch, if you want to know what he's actually kind of like, which is kind of cool. Where my shield bash? Thanks for the defense. Thank you. Yeah, his shield isn't quite ready, so that's why it's like, nope. So yeah, that be that. Yeah, he's basically like Wrecker. And again, for those who don't know who Wrecker is, I apologize. Wrecker is from the Bad Batch. He is a really strong guy. That's just really what he is. He's like, he's strong. He's like, oh yeah. Speaking of which, the Bad Batch is really interesting this season. I think more so than last season, but I think unlike last season, I don't know. What I started to do with the Bad Batch is I started watching in the day instead of at night. Which is better, because back in the... Actually, I would fall asleep in some of the episodes. One time I was working on something for... I forgot what show it was. No, I was working on a review for the Suicide Squad, actually. And there was an episode of it coming out, and it was like close to season finale. And I was just working on my Suicide Squad review. And then I was like, oh, I can't really sleep, so I watched an episode, and I was like, cool. But then then the following week I was working on, I think, the Jungle Cruise review. I was working on a different review late at night. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the Bad Batch, but I was really tired that time. And those season finale. I was like, okay, I just stay up for the Bad Batch season finale. But I was really tired, and it was like, oh god, I'm going to have to come back to this in the morning. So, yeah, that be that. Take that. Anyway, that's my sleep schedule for you. It is horrible. Do not follow it. There are days where I just can't freaking sleep. So I just put on The Simpsons until like 2 a.m. It's not how I recommend living your life. While watching The Simpsons is great. You will lose sleep. And it's not the fun type of sleep. So, yeah. Looking at the time, we will probably do one more super each, and then we will move on. So, yeah. Things be going on. Yay, Dedue defeat that amount of enemies. Whee! Oh, okay. Thanks, Dimitri. I couldn't remember your name for a minute. Dimitri's like, what's his name again? Oh, yeah, Dimitri. How could I forget Dimitri's name? That feels like such a weird name just to, like, forget. I'm hurting you all up like cattle because I can use my super on you all. Instead of just, like, there we go. See, I plan these things. Also, his shield is really big and it bulks up much of his body. So, yeah. Okay, that's good to know that you'll never taste defeat. And we're going to get that, and then as soon as more of you show up, I think it's a good part to use our aim, because why not? This was a weird part, to say the least. Like, I just talked about some random stuff. Like, I just randomly mentioned, like, hey, this one show, Bad Batch, but why not? This is actually be interesting for Star Wars Visions, because Armin is making one. So yeah, I want to know how old you are to do 21, and okay, that makes sense. That makes sense that you're 21 and Dimitri is 20. That makes sense. I like how it just mainly rotates between Dedue and Shez, and Sylvain's just constant, which is just great. But we are going to do a support conversation with good old Dedue, which happens to be Shez. The reason I'm not having it be Ash, actually I would in theory, is because, maybe not. Yeah, let's have it be Dedue and Ash, because Ash will be down the line, but I'd like to know more about Ash before we do that. So, we'll do Ash. Enjoy the support conversation.
Oh, it's so late. I didn't mean to take this much of a detour.
Just getting back?
Hey, Dedue. Hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't. You were in town, yes?
I went to pick up some supplies, but on the way back I saw these flowers blooming, and I just couldn't help but pick some.
Ah, yarrows.
They're used as an ingredient in healing salves, although you can also slap the leaves on your wounds and get mostly the same effect. Oh, and I plan on soaking them in alcohol. It'll produce a liquid that can be used for a wonderful ointment. Though I suppose it would be faster to just use healing magic.
You seem well informed on the subject.
Lenato knew all about it. So, I picked up a few things from him.
Lord Lenato had an interest in plants?
Oh sure, he kept tons of botanical encyclopedias and books like that in his room. He loved flowers. He even kept a small herb garden at Castle Gaspar. Hey, you like gardening too, right? I mean, you were always watering the flowers in the greenhouse back at Garreg Mach.
I suppose I do, though I know little of the medicinal properties.
Yeah, I guess knowing how to grow plants is different from knowing how to use them.
Even so, the greenhouse was a treasure to me.
You're right about that. I found flowers there I'd never even seen in Castle Gaspar's garden.
I would like very much to visit this garden of yours one day.
We should go! Of course, a lot has happened since I last saw it, but my younger siblings should still be looking after it.
I look forward to it. Though, how did Lord Lenato come to know so much about medicinal herbs?
He used to serve Grand Duke Rufus, so... maybe he studied them while he was in the capital.
Perhaps.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here chatting away when I should be off making myself useful.
Of course. Medicinal herbs.
Well, yeah, that was the conversation between Dedue and Ash. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat schedule as we take a look at Felix Felicius. Tell them be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.